what I would call the traditional levers to the dynamic levers.
And growth will remain a major lever.
What would that, the basic thing is that it really comes out of the efficiency of the organization. So if you are spending a certain amount of dollars and selling in general administration expenses, can it deliver higher revenue? So that's really the cranking of the efficiency, which is what I would call the dynamic part of the lever.
Kenan from Dow Jones, but can you please restrict yourself to one question and a follow-up and come back?
Yeah, Chandra, in terms of the demand outlook, because of the robust volume growth that you've shown, are you confident that you'll be able to sustain or better that performance? And if the answer to that is yes, could you give us some range for what kind of price hikes you could expect from clients? The second question is to Maha, the usual question on the levers which have impacted margins.
See, I think we have delivered sequentially every quarter this year a robust volume growth, and the last 2 quarters have witnessed pricing growth as well, including this quarter, Q3 and Q4. And in terms of the outlook, we obviously are looking at a strong demand environment, and we are preparing ourselves in terms of responding to that demand environment. So we definitely expect to grow, and we can't give you guidance because we don't do that. But look at the hirings and look at the wage hike we have given. So we have really rewarded the employees and are also looking them to contribute more. So I think we are positive about the future. There are headwinds, definitely. Definitely wage hike is headwind, currency can be a headwind. As I said, growth is important, some pricing improvement is important, and like Maha pointed out, definitely we need to look at how we can be more efficient, and that's something that we do every quarter.
Room to raise prices?
I have said that, that since the demand environment continues to get better, there will be a pricing increase, and to some extent we have had a pricing increase in Q3. Q3 we got almost more than 1%. I think 118 basis points we got, and this quarter I think we got about 70 or so basis points. So you will see that.
In terms of margins, it has been more or less flat as far as this quarter is concerned. So there has been a 6 basis point change, nothing more than that at the operational level. And actually, if you analyze it further, there has been close to 6 basis point improvement that we have had through exchange, and that has been taken and something more taken through our expenses and so on. Don't forget that in this quarter we have, Ajay has gone ahead and recruited 19,000 people. It's been a substantial recruitment, and in spite of that, we have been able to keep the margin, because this is an important point, because you are essentially building for the future as well. And in spite of that, without getting much of advantage through exchange and so on, we have been able to maintain the margin.
Itika from Newswire 18.
Hi, sir. Sir, you've been mentioning headwind, we heard here. Could you just elaborate on what exactly is that you mean when you say that there could be headwinds in the near term and the short term? And secondly, could you also please quantify the forex impact and the pricing uptick that you saw during this quarter, the quarter that went?
I think headwind will be there in every term. Here, terms, mid-term, short term.
What are you hinting?
I think basically, in Q1 we always have a headwind due to wage increase, and this year we are given a significant wage increase, 12 to 14%. I don't recall having given such a wage increase any time in the recent years. So it's a significant wage increase. Definitely the currency we can't predict, but even today compared to March 31st, we are looking at a currency issue. So that's something that can pose a headwind from a margin perspective. These are the two main headwinds from a margin perspective. So we need to work on that by getting growth. Growth is very critical. Growth is always an important lever for us. And on top of that, we have to look at pricing. And we look at all efficiencies. Execution at the gross margin level and all the operating expenses and SG&A.
So my second question was if you could just tell us, quantify the forex impact and the pricing uptick in the quarter, January.
You know, as far as the forex impact is concerned, at the revenue level, we have had 1.3% increase in revenue as a result of foreign exchange. Largely the impact has been with rupee depreciating against both pound sterling as well as euro. But at the margin level, the impact has been of the order of about 58 basis points, or around 0.6%. That has been the impact at the margin level, positive kind of thing. As far as the pricing impact is concerned, it has been 0.8% uptick from a revenue perspective.
Bala, NDTV.
Chandra, hi. Just wanted to check, do you see any macroeconomic challenges, especially in the US, and what are clients telling you in terms of what spending will be like?
I think let's split the macroeconomic and what the client's telling. Both are different, right? The macroeconomic situation continues to have some concern or the other. Okay, we've had regulatory issues, we've had the Middle East crisis, then we have the Japan issue. So whenever things develop in different parts of the world, that can have repercussions on a macro economic perspective. But from a company perspective, from our own industry perspective, our business model perspective, client perspective, I think we're getting all positive signals. We have worked with all our clients, we have taken poll, and there is generally an increase in the spend compared to last year towards the pie that we are going to address. Okay, so I think we are positive about the opportunity that is in front of us.
So just to follow up on the telecom vertical, any concerns?
I think telecom vertical has had a tough year last year, and its overall revenue as a percentage of the total revenue of the company has decreased, but in absolute terms it is beginning to grow. So the telecom vertical going forward will deliver growth, but it will be lower than the company average. There are verticals like pharma, verticals like retail, verticals like high-tech, energy and utilities. These verticals will deliver a higher growth rate than the company average, and telecom will grow, but the share will come down in near term. But I think there are significant opportunities for long term in telecom.
Amol Zee Business.
Sir, can you just give us some sense on the order book, and also have you received any order from Indian government?
See, we don't give a quantitative numbers for order book, okay? But as I said, the demand environment is pretty robust, and we are chasing more number of deals than the same time last year. Our qualified pipeline at this point looks better than the qualified pipeline last year at the same time, and it's been continuously increasing, and except UK, everywhere else we have shown a lot of growth. UK has had both the currency issue and also it has been a little lagging behind. I think that will get corrected as the year progresses when you look at the pipeline that we have. So I think the environment is strong.
Are you going to add further employees in your organization now, since you said that you have already recruited 70,000 employees?
Well, we have already offered 37,500 offers for the trainees for next year, and Ajay has an estimate for next year.